There are some games that live in your memory long after you've stopped playing them, not because they were perfect, not because they had the best graphics, but because of how they made you feel. Mining Simulator was one of those games. I was little when I first started playing it. I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew I wanted to dig, and I wasn't alone. Millions of us logged on daily to do the same thing. We weren't hunting bosses or racing cars, we were just mining, together. And for a few years, that was enough. But somewhere along the way, it changed. The game changed. We changed. This is the story of how Mining Simulator became one of the Roblox's biggest hits, and how it fell off. In February 2018, Rumble Studios released a little game called Mining Simulator. Back then, Roblox was already buzzing with all sorts of tycoons and hobbies, but something about Mining Simulator was different. It took this super simple idea digging and somehow made it insanely satisfying. You started in a basic mine with a rusty pickaxe and a tiny backpack. You'd mine dirt, sell it, upgrade, dig deeper, and unlock new areas. Sounds simple, right? But it was perfectly tuned. Every upgrade felt meaningful. Every layer got you closer to something cool, like rare ores, secret chests, or massive underground caverns filled with treasure. New players could figure it out in seconds. Hardcore players could grind rebirths and collect exclusive hats. It had depth, and it blew up fast. Within months, Mining Simulator had millions of plays, constant YouTube coverage, and a devoted community that treated it like a lifestyle. But then, something started to shift. The updates started coming slower, and when they did come, they felt kind of familiar. The same structure, just with new pets or different skins. Power creep set in hard. New pets made old ones irrelevant within days. Grinding stopped feeling rewarding, it started to feel mandatory. At the same time, other simulators were on the rise. Bee Swarm Simulator, Bubblegum Simulator, Pet Simulator. The market was getting crowded, and all of them were throwing shinier graphics and crazier progression systems into the mix. Suddenly, Mining Simulator felt old, outdated. You could feel the player base thinning. Servers weren't as full. Discord went quieter. The YouTubers who used to make daily content started drifting away. It didn't die all at once, but the decline, it was steady, and for those of us who loved it, kind of painful to watch. Then, in 2022, something happened. Mining Simulator 2. Rumble Studios dropped a trailer, and the entire community lit up again. Could it happen again? Could lightning strike twice? And when it launched, it was good. The UI was better, the mining animations were smoother, the whole thing looked modern, like a sequel should. It brought back that feeling, at least for a little while, but the magic didn't last. The grind was tougher, the pets were shinier, sure, but the game loop, it felt too familiar. There were complaints about balance, complaints about pay-to-win elements. For newer players, it was overwhelming. For returning players, it was kind of empty. And just like that, history repeated itself. Looking back, Mining Simulator 2 didn't fail because it was bad. It failed because the moment had passed. Roblox had changed, the audience had changed, we had changed. Back in 2018, grinding felt exciting. Now, people wanted faster progress, more polish. And it's not that Rumble didn't try, they did. But the formula that once felt magical just didn't hit the same anymore. Sometimes it's not about the sequel being worse, it's about chasing a feeling that doesn't exist anymore. Today, both games still exist. You can still log in, you can still dig, still hatch eggs, still trade pets with a handful of players keeping it alive. But it's different now. The leaderboards don't mean what they used to, the mines are quieter, the energy is gone. But here's one thing, that doesn't make it any less special. The memories are still there, that feeling when you pulled your first legendary pet, that grind to your 10th rebirth, that one player who helped you for no reason just because they could. You can't update nostalgia. Some games live on, not because of what they are, but because of what they meant. And Mining Simulator, it meant a lot. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.